for the fury of those who are oppressed.
Oppressed people's nation. I'm only here for the people.
You live at Nation Talk, and this Sister Brown, and I told you that I was gonna bring this brother Abdul Kahar. Well, he here.
Yes, ma'am.
And I told y'all that we was gonna talk about prison and homosexuality. That's what I told y'all. Well, now is the time, and we here. It ain't nothing like the present. How you doing, Brother Kahar?
I'm doing fine, my sister.
I'm glad that we treated you right the first time, so that you wouldn't have a problem coming back when we really needed to hear from you.
That's right. You always serve a good plate of food, my sister.
Well, let me tell you something. Presentation is everything.
I know that's right.
Presentation is everything.
That's right.
My brother, give my viewers, give them a little background on you and why I chose you, to come and speak on this. Give them a little background, because they might think, oh, I just got a Panther. I just went and got a Panther, and she just trying to hype up some stuff.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Let them know why, I didn't go get no Boy Scout.
That's right.
I went and got a Panther that has some experience in the topic that we talking about, and how you able to flow in and out of jails as a Panther and proud to wear the Panther. Let them know why you was chosen.
Okay, this is to the audience, greetings, and it's an honor, to be here once again. It's a very powerful program that you have on getting the message out. I am, and will be, and always, Brother Abdul Kahar. I'm a member and chairman of the New Black Panther Party of Self-Defense. Prior to that, I was the chairman of the Black Panther Party during the late 60s and the early 70s. And I continue to hold my post. I have not neglected my post. Also, being a political prisoner gave me the first insight of how the injustice system works once you get captured and incarcerated and put on trial. My first experience as a political prisoner was being one of the Louisville 7. My first experience, though, was when I was 15-year-old in Tarpon Springs, Florida. I organized a group to fight the Klans in Tarpon Springs, Florida. And I think it was 1964. We fought the Klans in a shootout with my father, military weapon, and Brother Kareem, our Minister of Justice, who was here, just remind me of my father's picture when he was in the military.
That's right.
I fought the Klans, and my first time being locked up as a juvenile, 15, they did not put me in the juvenile facility. They took me to Pinellas County Jail in Clearwater, Florida. If anybody know about Florida, Pinellas County Jail holds brothers and sisters from St. Petersburg, Florida, Clearwater, Florida, Tarpon Springs, Florida, and the surrounding cities.
Hold up one minute, brother. This here is for viewers that are 18 and older. Because, see, what we about to tell y'all is really grown folks' business.
Come on,
but it's happening to children.
Come on,
so if you a child, go ask your mama if you can see this. Because we keeping it real, and what he about to let you know about, this here is what really happens to young children when they put into grown people's situations. Okay? So like I said, go get permission if you ain't 18, because this here is for real. Carry on, my brother.
So because of my reputation fighting the Klans and fighting this racism, and first I want to let you know, I did have no politics. My politics was that we were being mistreated because we were black, and I was young. I was a young warrior, and instead of taking me to the juvenile detention center, they took me to the county jail, Pinellas County Jail, and put me on a murder wall. And I'll never forget what the sheriff said. At that time, my name was Benjamin Simmons Jr. And the sheriff said, "So you are Ben. So you that wolf tiger from Tarpon Springs. So, but we got somebody for you." Being at 15, I'm wondering what he's saying, that he got somebody for me. He said, "We got somebody for you." So they told me to take off all my clothes. I took off my clothes, and I'm walking up the walkway. On the walkway, you got different cells that basically hold 4 inmates in these cells. These was grown men, and this was the murder walk. I'm 15-year-old. I'm walking up that walk, and they hollering, "Put him in here with me, put him in here with me." In the meantime, I would peep in and see them abusing some other man in there sexually. And they kept saying, "Put me in here." So that was during the day. When the evening came, the sheriff got me and gave me my clothes. And getting my clothes, The sheriff said, I'll never forget, 101, lesson number 101, my rites of passage.
Come on, brother.
He gave my clothes, said, I got somebody for you. His name is Rico Rance. Now, every black man that ever in Tarpon Springs, Clearwater, or that county went to jail, Rico Rance's nickname was the Stone Devil. He was a known male rapist. He was a known male rapist.
Come on, black.
And so they put me in a cell with Rico Rance. I'd never been in jail before, and I didn't know that they had tables where you eat at, steel tables. I thought all those was beds. So the first thing that came to my mind, I said, if this cat gonna snatch me, he gonna have to snatch pretty high because I seen a bump. So I got the highest bump. I woke up that morning, and the men that was in the cell, it was actually 3, and I made 4. That's why that bump was there. And these 2 men was mopping. The guard came that morning and gave them mop bucket, and Rico Ranch, Stone Devil. He leaning with his arm folded. He looking at me, he casing me out, he checking me out. And I'm on the top bunk looking at him. And the first thing I had to say now, man, is this cat finna make his move on.
Right.
I gotta do something. So I said, y'all let that MF make y'all mop. And it blew his mind because this one was a young boy.
15-year-old.
15-year-old boy, he grabbed me off that bunk, turned me upside down, and tried to stick my head in the toilet. A little bit of water kind of wet my head, I started crying. Brothers and sisters, don't tell you, I'm 15.
Tell it like it is.
Locked down on the murder wall.
Right.
And I started crying. I said, I'm going to tell the God, I'm telling God. He said, punk. No. No. Before that, the brothers that were mopping the floor said, let him alone, let him alone. This is a young boy, let him alone, let him alone. I'm crying, so he sat me down, and I said, I'm going to call the God. I'm going to tell the God, I'm going to tell the God. He said, punk, tell the God. He said, matter of fact, I'll tell the God. And he called the God, which, you know, was white. He called the God. The God came in, and he said, this punk, he pointed at me at the age of 15. He pointed at me. He said, this punk got something that he needed to tell you. And at that time, I thought about my throat being like, I said, I don't have nothing to say. And the God said, well, take that mop bucket and bring it outside. God told me, so I got the mop bucket. I took it outside. First thing the God said, did he try to rape you? Why would he say that? Right there with 101, I was set up.
By the God.
By the God.
Damn.
I was set up by the God now because it didn't happen because I challenged him from Jump Street. Still taking him and punishing him, they took me and put me in the hole. They put me in the hole. And I stayed into the hole until the day, no, excuse me, the one hole they would call the bullpen. The bullpen was a pen that it was all bars and it had 2 air conditioners. One air conditioner was on one side, another air conditioner was on the other side, and it was in the basement. And they would open the window, and they had a steel. The beds was against the steel bars, a thin bed, thick steel. They turned the air conditioner on. They took my clothes but my underwear, and they opened the window, and it's at night. And that steel is cold. And that's the first time I understood the money. I took the toilet paper and wrapped up in toilet paper. And that's how I went to sleep, laying on that cold steel. And what got me out was because I was the only son of my mother. And when I went to court, I was found not guilty of attempted murder. Now, that's the reason I got in there was because there was a white boy who had jumped on a little white child at a football game. And because I had organized a committee to defend the black community, and this is why we shot up the Klans. I organized a committee at the age of 15 to defend the black community. That's when I got the reputation. And when I knocked the white boy down, he hit his head and he went into a coma on Friday night. They locked me up on that Saturday morning. The white boy was still in a coma on all during Saturday, and he woke up Sunday morning and said that he loved black people. He loved colored people, called colored people. He said we love colored people. So I guess that's say what happened when you knock him side of the head. But you know, he said that he loved just said that he loved colored people. And but my mother in the courtroom, she fainted.
Okay.